So welcome to our class for today. We are looking at moment of a force. We are looking at moment of a force on equilibrium force system. But before we go, let's first of all understand what is moment. By definition, moment is the product of force and in perpendicular distance. Take note, moment is force and the perpendicular distance. So if this is a rod and there's a distance from here to here, let's call it D. For me to have a moment, the force and the distance must be perpendicular. That means they must be formed at right angle. That's perpendicular. So the moment about this pivot, P, will be the force. The moment about P now, which is MP, will be the force and the distance. The most important thing is that the force will be perpendicular to the distance. That is one key point we want us to take into account. And for a uniform rod, the mass of the rod is always established in the center of gravity. And what is center of gravity is the point to which the resultant weight of an object is concentrated. So for a uniform rod, they use a rectangular bar to describe it. So if I join the two diagonals here and here, the center of gravity, the weight of the rod now, which will be here, let's call it W. So if the length of this rod is L, for instance, half of it will be L over 2, L over 2. So they use a rectangular bar to describe a uniform rod, and it will be formed at the center of that rod, which is the center of gravity. So with these 2 points, and let's take these 2 points and another point which involves resolution of forces. So how do you resolve forces? If I have a force diagram in this way, we have a force here, and there's an angle inclined to the horizontal axis. Because here is X and here is Y, for instance. So if I'm to resolve this force by applying Socratoire, the vertical will give us F sine theta, and the horizontal will give us F cos theta. So you can simplify that. Here's 90, which here's the opposite. Here's the hypotenuse, and here is the adjacent. So I'm going to have F sine theta on the vertical and F cos theta on the horizontal, if and only if the angle is inclined to the horizontal. So with this in mind, let's take our questions of the day. So a uniform rod of mass 20 is pivoted at A. So you should know that from what I described, the mass will be at the center of gravity of the rod. And the rod is labeled AB, and they pivoted it at point A. So the rod is kept in equilibrium by a rope of tension 1000 Newton, making an angle of 30 degrees to the rod. If the rope is attached to the rod at a distance of 2 meters from the pivot, don't forget the pivot is at A, calculate the length of the rod. They gave us G equals to 10 meters per second square. But so what the essence of the G is to get the weight. And we know weight is mg, which is mass times gravity. So we have 20 times of 10. That will give us 200 Newton. So the weight of the rod is 200 Newton and we pivoted at the center of gravity of the uniform rod. So let's draw the first diagram and see how we can get the length of the rod. So let's assume this is the rod now. Let's take here as the rod. And the rod is called AB and is pivoted at point A. So the length of this rod we do not know. Let's call it we're going to know the length of the rod, but the weight of 200 Newton will be at the center of the rod. Let's call here 200 Newton. Let's call here point C. It means that the length from A to C is the length from C to B. So let's call A to C, let's call the distance from A to C as X meter. Let's call the distance from C to B as X meter. That means the length of the rod now is 2x. But don't forget, we were told that the rod is kept in equilibrium by a rope of tension. The tension of the rope is 1000 Newton, and you make an angle of 30 degrees to the rod. So where is the rope attached? It says at a distance of 2 meters from the pivot. That is where the rope is attached. So let's take from here. Let's take from here to here as 2 meters. So here we now have the rope with force of 1000 Newton, and you make an angle of 30 degrees to the rod. See that? So this is the first diagram. But for us to get the mass of the rod, the length of the rod, we need to resolve the force. That is the concept of the residual forces we just described last. So if I resolve the force to the vertical axis, I'm going to have F sine theta. If I resolve it to the horizontal, I'm going to have F cos theta. So for clarity, let me redraw this diagram. So we are having a situation like this now. Here we have a pivot, and here is point A, and here is point B. The rod is at the center, which is 200 Newton. So we have a rope here with a tension of 1000 Newton, and there's an angle inclined to the rod is 30 degrees. So we know that the distance from here to here, from A to the center of the rod is X meter. From the center of the rod to B is also X meter. And they were told that from A to from the pivot to where the rope is attached is 2 meters. So if I resolve the force now to this 1000 Newton now to the vertical, is going to give us, to the vertical axis now, this is not the vertical axis, will give us 1000 sine 30. If I resolve to the horizontal, which is this way, will give us 1000 cos 30 degrees. So remember that we define moment as the product of force and perpendicular distance. So you will agree with me that this force of 200 is perpendicular to the rod. Then this force of 1000 sine 30 is perpendicular to the rod. But 1000 cos 30 is not perpendicular to the rod. In fact, it's parallel to the rod. So that means the 1000 cos 30 is not usable at this point. So we're going to focus our interest on the 1000 sine 30 and the 200 Newton. So now that we are having the system in equilibrium, we are going to take moment at point A. Remember, we also defined moment earlier as the product of force and the perpendicular distance. So taking moment at A, meaning all the forces are heading to point A. So the 1000 sine 30 is going to A, the 200 is going to A as well. So by doing so, you notice that one of them is moving clockwise, the other one is moving anti-clockwise. In fact, the 1000 sine 30 is clockwise, while the 200, it's anti-clockwise, while the 200 is clockwise. So one of the principles of moment says that the sum of clockwise moment must be equal to the sum of anti-clockwise moment. So what is the moment of 1000 sine 30? The distance from 1000 sine 30 to the pivot is 2 meters, while the distance of 200 Newton to the pivot is X meter. So with that in mind now, let's solve our moment. So I will state the condition. Sum of clockwise moment will be equal to sum of anti-clockwise moment. Like we agree, the 200 is clockwise moment. So I'm going to have 200 times X is equals to the anti-clockwise moment is 1000 sine 30 degrees times distance 2. So if I simplify from here, I'm going to have 200x is equals to 1000 times 0.5 times 2. That will give us 1000. What is now our x? Our x now is simply 1000 divided by 200. X will give us 5 meters. So 5 meters is half the distance of the rod. So we are asked to find the length of the rod, which is distance from A to B. From A to B is now 2x. So let's see. Line AB now will simply give us 2x, which is 2 bracket 5. The answer is 10 meters. So the length of this rod is 10 meters. You go back to the options, you discover that it is option E. So if you have any question, put it on the, any observation or question, put it in the comment section, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, STEM of Africa. We treat a lot of topics from AutoCAD to physics to chemistry to mathematics to further maths to technical drawing and computer science. So stick to the channel for more. See you in our next class.